Joining us now, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson. Welcome to the show, Senator.
Morning, Shannon. Hope you're doing well.
And you as well. I know you have already put together as much information as you could find, sort of a preliminary report. We're getting new things every day. You had a briefing with the acting director of Secret Service this week. He'll be, as I understand, at that joint hearing this week. Do you think he'll be forthcoming? Have you been able to get new information from him? And what are your top questions for Tuesday?
Well, first of all, most of the information we have obtained is from local law enforcement. I appreciate the acting director briefed the Senate Judiciary and Homeland Security committees on Thursday, only for an hour. He appeared to be more forthright. He told us he would be providing us the documents that we're going to be requesting, but the proof will be in the pudding. I mean, to see whether he really follows through. He'll be testifying before a joint committee hearing on Tuesday, and he has an awful lot to explain. He did say in that briefing that he can't defend what happened in Butler. I don't think anybody could. I did ask him, found out that apparently, because there were reports that snipers had the assassin in their sights for minutes, asked for permission, were denied permission to take him out. That apparently is false. That's what he told us. They acquired him after the shots were fired. But again, we need detailed interviews with those individuals to find out exactly what happened. It's unbelievable how little information has been coming from federal law enforcement. But those are just some of the questions I have is, exactly what happened. We want a detailed timeline. We need all their communications, both written, emails, text, but also we need voice recordings of any verbal communication. Mm-hmm. Here's what we did find out when my staff, or committee staff, went down to Butler on Friday. First of all, at 5:45, the sniper teams of the Secret Service did receive the photos of Crooks, and they knew he was at the AGR building. So this is 26 minutes before he took his first shot. So we have that confirmed. We also have confirmed that the radios that local law enforcement gave the Secret Service sniper teams were never used by the Secret Service. So again, all the communication was channeled. People were, the sniper and SWAT teams were on different communication channels than the patrol officers, different communication channels from Secret Service, all funneled in through a central communications system, which obviously delayed things and allowed this tragedy to happen.
Well, and you said, your committee staff has spoken with a number of people there. You are the ranking member of the investigative subcommittee for Homeland Security. You, in a bipartisan way with Senator Blumenthal, have sent out letters to a number of local, state, federal agencies, law enforcement departments, asking for all of this information as you try to pull this together. Like you said, we've gotten a lot of information from local agencies that it sounds like they didn't appreciate being tagged or held responsible for something that they're now coming forward to say that wasn't us. Do you worry, though, with so many agencies in the mix, there'll be a lot of finger pointing? It's going to be hard to track down where these breakdowns actually happen. Or do you have confidence? Can you tell the American people they're going to get answers and someone will be accountable?
Well, unfortunately, the federal agencies are doing what they always do. They're hiding behind the excuse that it's an active investigation. So again, we'll see whether Acting Director Rowe is as forthcoming as he said he was going to be in our briefing on Thursday. But we need that information. Again, our committees, and right now we have a bipartisan investigation with the chairman and ranking member of the Homeland Security Committee, as well as the subcommittee with Senator Blumenthal. We're going to try and work cooperatively. We need the Democrat senators to use their compulsory process. I can't issue subpoenas. They can. The House is going to have their investigation. Inspector Generals will have their investigation. We have the FBI. So there will be a lot of people investigating this. But all these individuals that saw something, first of all, they need to memorialize it now. They need to make sure they save any recordings, any videos they've taken. But we need to talk to these people in transcribed interviews. These things take hours. We'll compare notes to all the other people investigating this, and we should be able to develop the truth. This isn't like 1963 when you had one Zapruder film. We have probably hundreds of videos and audios. We have, hundreds of witnesses. But we need law enforcement. We need not local, but we also need federal whistleblowers coming forward to tell us what they know. I know they're talking to a number of different offices, talking to different media personalities. We need those people to come forward and, again, tell us what they know. But really, what happened within this agency? And that's my biggest concern. Will the agencies, the FBI is going to be investigating crooks. The Secret Service, Inspector Generals, Congress needs to investigate exactly what happened, what the breakdown was within the Secret Service. Again, the deep state keeps its secrets pretty close to its vest.
Well, we will watch on Tuesday. We'll have full coverage of that hearing as you try to get more answers. I want to make sure they get to a couple of other issues that came up with Pete Buttigieg. Again, We're not referring to him as secretary because he wasn't here in an official capacity, but more of a campaign style visit. But he talked about what's going on at the border. And this came up this week again at the White House briefing. Our Peter Doocy, some interaction with White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. And she said, essentially, Republicans are the ones who are not helping at the border, that you had a chance to send better resources and sign on to this law, essentially, and you didn't. Democrats say, and you heard Pete Buttigieg say it, it's because President Trump told you not to, that the chaos at the border is a great campaign issue for him. So why did you vote no?
First of all, I don't know any senator that Donald Trump contacted to tell him to vote no. Certainly didn't contact me. I voted no because it was an awful bill. It codified 4,000 or 5,000 illegal immigrants a day. Obama said 2,000 a day was a humanitarian crisis. Biden has basically during his administration, it's averaged over 7,000 people a day. In December, it was 10,000 a day average. One day hit 14,000. So President Biden, using the same authority that President Trump used to close the border, opened it up pretty much his first day of office. He's always had the authority to close it. He just doesn't want to. They want an open border. All the Democrats do. They want an open border. They caused this process. That bill was an awful bill, actually reduced presidential authority. That's why that bill died within 24 hours of being introduced.
Okay, and I want to get to this foreign policy issue, too. We started the show off with this rocket firing into northern Israel. Hezbollah is denying responsibility, but dozens injured, at least 12 killed. IDF is saying this Iranian rocket was something that only Hezbollah would have. In some reporting out of Axios, Barak Ravid, who is one of their reporters, said this last night, that he talked to Israel's foreign minister and who said to him, this crossed all red lines. He ends up with, we are approaching the moment of an all-out war against Hezbollah and Lebanon. That would be exponentially worse and different than the tragedy already unfolding in Gaza. How worried are you about another front opening up with a much better armed opponent?
I'm highly worried. Listen, Israelis want to live in peace. They just need to be recognized as a state. It is the Palestinians who continue to be the aggressors. They're the ones firing missiles into Israel and killing innocent civilians. They're the ones that were perpetrated the barbaric attack on October 7th. So again, there's peace available if Palestinians are willing to accept it. It just doesn't seem like they are.
Well, but fair to separate Hamas from the Palestinian population, who it seems has a growing resentment now for what's happening with Hamas, and recognizing they're often used as shields, but these are certainly terrorist groups that seem to be doing the bidding in many cases of Iran.
Well, next time they have an opportunity to vote for government, 70% shouldn't vote for a government like Hamas. You know, Hezbollah should not continue to fire missiles into Israel. And of course, this is all being sponsored by Iran, who Obama and the Biden administration have coddled, sent hundreds of billions of dollars into basically their military, allowing them to sponsor Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Hamas. So again, this is the weakness shown by Obama and the Biden administration, and Kamala Harris is all part and parcel of that same problem.
Senator, thank you for weighing in on multiple issues. We'll see you at that hearing Tuesday.
Have a good day.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.